Hello all my beautiful sisters from those other misters. Welcome back to my channel. It is time for a Project Pan update. It is update number 10. So I'm going to go through the things that I have been working on. I'm going to start with reach over here and get to my little thing of empties. Spoiler alert, you can see one of them. So as per usual, I'm just going to go through the things that I finished. I'm actually going to start with samples. Look, all throughout the month, I was kind of like, ooh, I'm doing very well compared to other months with my samples, but I wasn't because I've only got 2 empties here. I finished up the Smashbox Primerizer primer. I have the full size of this in my project, so you know it's easy for me to use, but while I was using this, I was not making progress on the big one or any of the other primers in my stash. I like that primer. It's nice. And I also used up the Cover FX translucent light powder. I actually really liked this. This was lovely. I would potentially buy this. I'm not going to, because I've got a crap load of powders and I don't use as much powder as I used to. But if I was in the need, if I needed to buy a face powder, this is one that I would consider. And then my full size items. Well, this one here is kind of a mini. I finished up the Ciate Fade to Greyish mini polish. There's a tiny bit of product in there. It's not enough for one application. My nails are long, so I actually use quite a lot of product. This 100% needs minimum 2 coats. I wouldn't buy it again. I wouldn't buy any Ciate polishes again. They're just not like, they're not my favorite formula. I'm not really a big fan of them, but you know, I've tried them and now I know how I feel about them. Then I have my Makeup Face Clear Gloss. So this was pretty much full last time. It was up here and I finished it off. Super easy to finish. It probably only took me about 3 weeks. I typically like to just wear lip gloss or lip balm. It's the most comfortable lip product for me to wear. So absolutely no problems using that up. I think I wouldn't get it again. It does have like a bit of a, like, it's got some sort of pepper, like maybe capsicum oil or something in there that gives you like the tingle. I don't mind a tingle, but I prefer a minty tingle rather than like a hot spice or hot pepper type tingle. It's not super strong. It fades quite quickly, which, you know, made it easy for me to get through. But yeah, I wouldn't buy it again. I also wasn't actually a huge fan of the applicator. It is not a doe foot. It's like a plastic little scoop almost. But yeah, finished. 1 down. Very good. Another thing that I finished is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer. So it doesn't really look finished, but I pulled out the stopper. I've been scraping the edges. There is product right down the bottom, but the wand does not reach it. So, you know, there's that. I've got a few more of these, and I'm glad I do because I actually really like this. I found that it didn't crease too much under my eyes. When I finished this, I started using the Conceal and Define Hydrate one, which I purchased last year and don't even know if I ever used, but I've been using it recently and I don't think I like it. I feel like it creases, and also I notice that my mascara kind of transfers and I get like this, like, yeah, dark. It looks shit, so I'll probably declutter that one, to be honest, and maybe, I don't know. I'm actually quite not low on concealers. If the concealers that I've got are going to work for me and I like them, then I've got plenty of concealers, but I suspect that there's a few in there that I might want to declutter. So I feel like my concealer collection is like, it's almost at a point where I would want it to be, where I've just got a couple that are like holy grail concealers. So yeah, it's kind of exciting. I think even if I do get rid of the majority of concealers that I've got, I know at least one of these that I have should be an okay color for me, and that will get me through probably like the next three to 4 months, maybe before I need to buy a concealer. So there you go. That's exciting. And the last one that I finished is the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. These just keep coming into my life. So I bought one. I got 2 in PR, and then I think I was gifted. How many of these do I even have? I'll find out. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is my second one that I finished this year. I have one in my drawer back there, and I was gifted one by Madeline recently. She ended up with one, and she isn't going to use it, but she knows that I don't mind it. And I don't mind it. It's fine. I would not buy it again. I've used it. I know that it's fine. So when someone's like, hey, I've got this and I don't want it, do you want it? I'll take it, because I know that it's not offensive for me. Like it works with my skin. It doesn't fuck up my makeup, which is really nice. Used to, when I had oily skin, I couldn't use it. But now I can. So I'm happy to use it, but I wouldn't like repurchase it. When I'm out of these, I've got like 1,000 face mists in a drawer back there that I can use, and I would prefer to try something new that I haven't tried before. So there you go. Wouldn't repurchase it, but happy to have finished it up and enjoy it enough to actually use them. All right, let's get into progress of the other products that I have in the project. So starting with the Smashbox Primerizer. As I said, I actually used this once, I think, and I think that was just today. If I used it another time, I don't actually remember. I was focusing on that little sample, and I'm currently here, so there's been no change from the last time. I do have quite a few primer samples in this project, and my goal at this point is to try to work through those makeup samples in the lead up to the end of the year. I would honestly prefer to finish or use and declutter those makeup samples rather than finish this and go into the new year with this, because I know that I like this. It doesn't offend me to use it, and like it gets along well with my skin, whereas the other primers in my stash, I feel like I don't even know who they are, basically. Foundation. Uemura. This is the Lightbulb Essence Foundation. So I was there and I'm now here. I can tell you I'm not wearing much makeup at the moment. For the most part, I only wear it if I'm going out to see friends, which, hey, we can actually do that in Melbourne now. It's really fun. Or if I am filming. Also, I have not been wearing this on its own. I've actually been pairing it with another Uemura foundation, the Petal Perfect foundation. So this one's a little bit too dark for me, and the Petal Perfect that I have is a bit light for me. So I put them together. It makes them much more, okay, it makes the color more suitable for me, but also it makes the formula better, because this is really slippy, super slippy. The Petal Perfect is better for oily skin. Put these together makes it a bit of a better like combination for normal to dry skin, which is good. So I expect that this will take me quite some time to get through. However, I'm basically working on 2 foundations at once, so that is awesome. Okay, my next item is my pressed powder. This is from Wet n Wild. It is the Photo Focus pressed powder. It's in the shade Neutral Beige, and I hit pan. Look at that. So I noticed that there was like little dark things in the pan for a while, and I was like, what is that? Is that like a hollow in the pan or something? And then they got bigger and they were like black, and I'm like, oh my god, is there like a foreign body in my powder? Because that's disgusting. No, it's not. It's pan, and I didn't realize it's a grid pan. And I think it must be domed because like the powder is domed, and this pan area here, the black part, is higher than the outer edges. So I assume that the pan must be domed. Anyway, cool. I hit pan on it. That's great because I wasn't expecting to do it for a very long time. I assumed that the pan went all the way down to the deepest part where the pan, like the edge of the pan goes, but no, I'm wrong. That's pan right there, which is great. So at the last update it was 40.32 grams. It's now 39.15 grams. I'm just not using a lot of powder. I don't need to anymore, which is not a bad thing, but it's not great when you have a large powder collection. And I've gone from someone who can like start a brand new pressed powder and finish it in like 2 months to someone who's probably going to need 4 to 6 months to now finish powders. So that's annoying, but it is what it is. Blush from Colourpop. This is my blush Stix in Under Pressure. So I've kind of like worn the top off, which is great. I've used it. It was 40.55 grams. It's now 40.49 grams. But if I show you how much I have, oh my god, I'll never finish it. Never. Like, I'm already starting to get sick of the color. My butter bronzer from Physicians Formula. Still going strong with this. I can tell you right now, there ain't no friggin' pan here. So this was 60.94 grams, now 60.39 grams. I can smell it from here. It's a stinky bronzer. Next item is a highlighter that I introduced last month, and I was a bit like, oh, I don't know, am I gonna like it? It is the You Glow Girl highlighter in Peach Out. It's a jelly highlighter. Played around with this and I was a bit like, am I gonna like it? And look, I'm gonna tell you this, I fucking love the color. It's gorgeous. However, when it goes on my skin, it is boring. It doesn't have like, it doesn't pop. It doesn't look like I'm really wearing much of anything. And okay, so because my skin type has changed, I find it so much easier for me to wear highlighters these days. They just look better on my skin. Because my skin doesn't produce oil and I don't get shiny anywhere on my face, wearing a highlighter that is quite shiny is like, it adds dimension to my face. Whereas when I had oily skin, if I put on highlighter, I knew that in just a couple of hours, literally my whole face would look like it was fucking glowing, and not in a good way. So nowadays I much prefer those really like nice glowy shiny highlighters where they pop on the skin. This one just doesn't really do that. It is a lot more subtle. That's not a bad thing at all. It applies nicely, it wears nicely, all that jazz. I'm just going for something different. And because I have such a huge collection of highlighters, I am trying to whittle that down. So when I find something I'm not in love with, I decide to declutter it. So that one, taking it out of the project and I'm decluttering it, and I'm not going to introduce a new highlighter into the project this year because I am going to take the rest of the year to just get to know my highlighter collection again. I want to do a video where I go through my highlighter collection. I want to declutter anything that I'm not too sure about, or not, well, maybe not too sure about, because I'm not too sure about everything or almost everything in my highlighter collection. But I want to declutter things that I know that I won't use. I'm pretty sure I have another one of these in a different color, which I will probably get rid of. And then I just want to use my collection so that I know what I've got and sort of start, you know, decluttering things because the color's not right for me, or I don't like the finish, or whatever. So there we go. I feel like I've made like a little bit of a like step in the right direction with my highlighter collection. I have to tackle it somehow. I've decided how I'm going to tackle it, and that makes me feel better about my highlighter collection. Alright, let's talk about the fan favorite, Gold Gaga. Here she is. So this was getting desperately dry, so I took Fix Plus and I put a spritz in there, and it brought her back to life, and she's been beautiful, and I've worn her every single time I've done my makeup this month. She was 11.08 grams, now 10.79 grams, so getting there. Slow going, but we're getting there. So I have like a ring of product sort of around this area of the pot. The rest is basically pan with just a little bit of like gold flecks on it. But she's still going. Will I finish her this year? Probably not, but I reckon 2021 will be her year, which I think a lot of people are hoping that 2021 will be their year. MAC Painterly Paint Pot. So this was 51.58 grams, now 51.37 grams. There she is. I have been using the Natasha Denona eyeshadow primer and also the Kaleidos eyeshadow primer, and I'm kind of loving them. I'm kind of like, I'm having a time with them. I don't hate this one, but it is drying up a little bit, so I'm not as interested as I used to be. But I think I'll keep going with it until the end of the year and then get rid of it. Covergirl Get In Line Active Liquid Liner. So this was 9.56 grams, now 9.47 grams. I don't mind this. It's fine. I would kind of like to go back to a pen liner. This one is a brush in a liquid, which I don't hate. It's fine. I just prefer a brush tip pen liner, and I'm kind of missing it. But I think I'll keep going with this again, probably until the end of the year, unless I really do just get sick of it, and then I will declutter it and move on with my life. Okay, brow product from Benefit. This is a 24-hour brow setter. So this was 16.73 grams, now 16.64 grams. This is fine. It's fine. I'm still going with it. It's slow going, but you know, it's a good product. It holds my brows in place without making them super crunchy, which is nice. And look, personally, I'm not even bothered by crunchy eyebrows because it's not like I'm walking around touching them all day, so I wouldn't even notice if they are super duper crunchy. But yeah, I like that. It's a good product. Then my lip products. So I have the Colourpop Lippie pencil in Beeper, which I'm pretty sure I've been working on all year, and I'm not even close to finishing it. So it was 5.54 grams, now 5.51 grams. I really like this color. It's stunning. I'm wearing it today paired with an Hourglass lipstick. So this is a very cool nude, and the Hourglass lipstick was a warm nude, so they just paired really nicely. I got that very slight little ombre thing going on, but then I ate food and drank coffee, and now I don't even know what's going on. I don't know. Who knows? Rimmel Boho Nude Lipstick. Guys, I need to like face facts about lipsticks. I can tell you that much for free. So this was 14.6 grams, now 14.52 grams. There's this much left. Maybe I will finish it before the end of the year, but I can make no promises. I can't really wear lipstick. It's just sad. My lips are too dry. My skin has balanced out a little bit since I've been off isotretinoin, but I can't, like, anything that I put on my lips suck the moisture out of it within like minutes. It's just like, and then whatever's left on my lips feels like almost like I've put on a fucking mud mask or something, and it's sucking the moisture out of my lips. So, you know, I'll put this on once to film a video, or if I'm going to a park with friends, I might be like, oh my god, use my Project Pan lipstick. I'll put it on once, but I won't reapply it because I can't do it. If I wanted to use this up and like reapply it every time my lips were dry, I would probably finish it in a few days, to be fair. Maybe I should just do that. But also I would end up with like caked on dry lipstick. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna have to go through my lipstick collection, and it's gonna be so hard for me because in my mind I know 90% of what I've got I can't wear. But how do you bring yourself to like declutter everything? It's a hard knock life, guys. Alright guys, perfume. This is Katy Perry. It's the red one. So this was 240.79 grams. It's now 233.63 grams. It is pretty much halfway here in this like flat part, which means I'm halfway through the hardest part of the bottle, which is good. I feel like maybe I should actually swap this out because it's not a summer fragrance. It's a bit dark. I think I will. I'll swap this out. Thank you for your service. I am going to hold on to it because I actually don't mind it. But I think this episode I'll swap it out because right now, which you can't see, but it is an absolutely beautiful, beautiful hot day in Melbourne. I think it's like 28 degrees or something. It feels like 50 because I'm not used to the warm weather, but it's really nice, and I think it's about time that I give myself a bit more of a summery fresh fragrance, and maybe get a jump on one until the end of the year because I'll probably want to start with a fresh one in the new year. So I'll swap it out. Why not? Okay, the last few things that I'm going to talk about before I show you guys some new products that I want to introduce is, let's start with this. This is the, not that you can see it, this is the Zellen's Transformer Instant Renewal Mask. So I've had this in the project for like 30 years and I have failed to use it. And at the last, or in the last update video, I said if I don't use it, I'm going to force myself to declutter it. I did remember that I said that, then I forced myself to use it throughout the month. And I saw a few people being like, use the fucking mask, Hailey, it's really good. So I used it, and I can't say that I really like, I feel like it's just a bit of a hydrating mask. I should have probably just looked up what it's meant to do. I don't know what it's meant to do, but I don't feel like I really noticed anything. However, it was not an offensive mask to use. It's only a 15ml bottle. I've already used one application. I can't actually see how much is in there. Let's get the torch. Oh my god, are you fucking serious? Can you? No, you guys won't be able to see that. There's literally like that much product in it. I'm keeping it in the project. I'm gonna finish it by next month. It's super important that I finish that sample in November because in December I have something else planned, and if I'm trying to like focus on a bunch of stuff in this project and then focus on a bunch of stuff in another project, I'm bound to fail. And the other project is going to be mostly like skincare sample related because that is my, like, it's a problem area that, well, look, I wouldn't say it's a problem area. I had an ample amount of samples and I try to always keep a few in my stash for travel, but I mean, who could have predicted that this year would be a pandemic year? So obviously no traveling has happened. I have tried to use up some of my skincare samples throughout the year, but being on isotretinoin, I didn't really fuck with my routine too much because I didn't want to. And now it's like coming up to the end of the year and I'm realizing I really didn't make as much progress as I hoped that I would with my skincare samples. So I'm going to focus on like a very small skincare sample project in December. So I just need to use up this much face mask in November. Surely that won't be too hard for me to do. Okay, the next things that I have, I shouldn't have used these. I should have used them. These sheet masks that have been kicking around in my project for, again, forever. I can't remember when I introduced these, but it was a long time ago. So Aceology Frose Gel Mask, Margold, and Dr. Jart Wrinkless Solution Body Heat Thermosensitive Cellulose Gel Mask. I feel like I read that out every time I update one of these videos and I say, how cool does that sound? Why don't I fucking use it? You tell me, because I don't know the answer to that question. The other items that I have in this project that I'm not going to show you, and I still got them inside, are the other makeup samples that I introduced last month. Some of them I have made a little bit of progress on, but I haven't finished them, and I'm only going to show them to you when I finish them. A lot of them are like, I've got enough mini highlighters in my bedroom to get me through probably 6 months. So, you know I'm not going to finish them all. It's just like making a small effort to try and finish up some, and I have been using them, which I'm very proud of. So as you guys know, I did finish up some products, which means there are a couple that I want to introduce into the project. I am going to pass on the concealer. Like I said, I just want to try my shit, and also highlighter, again, because I want to try my shit. But let's talk about face mist. So this one is from Glow Recipe. It is the Watermelon Glow Ultra Fine Mist. So this has been on my list of things to pan for a while, ever since I did my 100 sprays of face mist live chat. We realized that the color is not what it used to be. It's not as pink as it used to be. It's interesting because the scent hasn't changed. No, it still smells like watermelon. Why I think it's interesting that this has changed is because this has been basically in a dark, cool room since I purchased it. So yeah, the fact that it has, like, the color has changed is interesting to me. But there we go. What I have discovered is when I let this settle, because this is kind of like a bi-phase product. There's like a little oil layer, and then there is like a liquid layer. The liquid layer is actually clear. It used to be pink, and it's not anymore. So there we go. Anyway, I have marked that. It's basically full. Honestly, oh look, I was going to say this will take me no time at all to get through. It's 75 mils. With the rate that I'm wearing makeup, it'll probably take me 3 years to get through, which is sad, but it is what it is. I'm also going to go with a lip gloss. This is from Colourpop. It's an ultra glossy lip. It is in the shade Finders Keepers. I love this color. It is basically full. It sits just under the silver band. I have marked it. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see that mark, but I've marked it there. So we'll see how we go. And my last item is a fragrance. And since I literally just decided to swap out my fragrance, I didn't have any time to analyze what I was gonna put in the project. However, I spotted this in my perfume tub and I was like, ooh, let's put that in, because I know I like it, because I've nearly finished it. It is from Bath & Body Works. It's Tahiti Island Dream. It is a body mist, so, you know, easy to wear. And I have like this much left. So I think I should be able to finish that during November and December. So there we go. That is the new one in the project. Let's see how quickly I can finish it. Alright guys, so that is it for my project pan update number 10. I'm excited to see I'm less excited about what's in my project and more excited about what I've just put in my project to see how much of these I can finish. I know I've got other things in the project that, you know, if I just wore makeup more often, I could probably finish a few of them by the end of the year, but I'm just not really doing it. I'm not wearing makeup as much as I used to, so it is what it is. Let me know how you guys are going with your projects. Are you guys like sick to death of it yet? Because usually that's how I feel at this time of year. I'm like, oh my god, bring on the new year. I want to start fresh. But I haven't had that vibe this year, which is it's really good. I feel like I got into the groove with my project panning. But anyway, let me know how you guys are feeling, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.